For a while now, I've been wanting to build a jungle house, and so today I'm thinking I'm going to build the skeleton, kind of like the exterior of that jungle house, and it very well may turn into more of a jungle mansion. Let's get to building. So the first thing I want to do is kind of plan out where I want the house, and I want it to be on the second story because I kind of want it to be on a cliff. And I'm thinking I want a driveway that kind of curves through the forest and then will slope up to the second story. I'm thinking something like this will work. Again, this is just a rough idea. I'll come in and fix this up a little bit later, but this way you like drive up with your car up here, and then like here will be the garage and here will be the front door. But like I said, I want this to be on the second story, so I'm gonna go ahead and just build this up here. And I'm gonna use this floor because it'll be easier to see, because like right now I can't tell really where I'm building because the grid is up in the air. So I'm just gonna place a massive floor to build on top of. Then I'll go ahead and color that a different color grass in the bottom, something like that just for now, just to make it easy to see. And then I'll go ahead and grab this plain marking down here and map out our driveway again. Something like this. I know that doesn't necessarily match up, but just again, just like a rough layout. And then now we can head in with the walls. And so I'm definitely want to go with like a big like jungle like mansion, modern sort of feel. So I think I'll put the front door here. We'll go 2 squares back, and then this over here will be our garage. Definitely want a big garage, like a 2-car garage like that. And then I'll go ahead and grab a vehicle just that we can see size wise. So it looks like we're probably going to want about that size for our car. So I'm actually going to extend this out 1 more block. And then in the center area, I want to have like trees and it be like a walkway, maybe like a pool or something in here. So just to be able to tell what I'm going to do, I'm going to use plain markings to kind of map what I'm thinking out. I think a square like this will be good for what I'm thinking of doing in the middle here. And then I want to continue the walls all the way up here to the back like that. And I do want to make this, I'm thinking a 3-story, because I want to have a second story up here. And then I want to have like a basement that goes into the cliff and some rooms that even have windows that you can see out of the cliff into the jungle. I think that would be really cool. But then over here, I want to make our living space and kitchen. So like I'm thinking, over here we can have a really big kitchen. Oh, and a dining table. I think this will be kitchen dining. And then this will actually, I think this will be our pool out here. We'll have like doors and stuff. This will be our patio. I'll actually mark that out. Just a rough idea for our patio over here. And then over here in this room, I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. I think I'll do this. I think here will be our bathroom, because we definitely want a bathroom on the first floor. And then in here will be some sort of like fun entertainment room. Like maybe we can put like a pool table, or maybe make this like a mini arcade or something. I don't know exactly what we'll do here, but it'll be like our fun room. And I think that's good for our first floor. Then I'm gonna go up to the second floor. Oh, and actually, I totally forgot. We need to plan out stairs somewhere. Oh, actually, I think I know where the stairs will go. The stairs will go, like, over on the side here because this is going to be 2-story. So I'll just drag this plain marking to make the area. Oh, and to give you an idea of what I'm thinking of doing, I'm thinking something like this. Maybe we'll do, like, a fountain, and then this will all be trees. And then maybe the stairs can go, like, right here. Yeah, like, that works. Do the same thing on each side. And then I'll copy the walls we have downstairs and put them upstairs. I'm thinking here I'm going to leave this just a roof because we can put some like plants on it and vegetation, because we are building this house in a jungle. And then now we have these rooms that we need to fill. So I'm thinking up here will be the master bedroom. I'm thinking of something like this is a good size. And then I'll leave this here for some more vegetation on the roof. And in here we'll separate this into the closet and master bath. Actually, I'm going to change that up a little bit. I still want this here to be vegetation, but I'm going to actually drag this out further this way because I want this to be the closet. Because I imagine like clothes all around and then some like a little table in the middle. And then over on this side will be our master bath. I think that's good, and it will just hang over like that. And then I also want all of these rooms, the bathroom, the closet, and the bedroom, to all be 2-story. And same with the kitchen and dining. And then I also think I want a balcony out here. I think this is a pretty good layout for our first 2 stories. I'm now going to go into the basement. So I'm going to delete this floor. And now down here, go ahead and delete these walls for now. I think what I'll do is I think I'll actually draw out the mountain first so we can build our rooms inside of that. So if our driveway's here, this is obviously going to be mountain. And then here I want there to be a little bit of mountain, but I actually want the mountain to kind of blend into the house. I'm thinking something like that because then I want some like room over here. And I realize we also need to put stairs that lead downstairs. And because this is going to be a mansion, I think this house deserves an elevator, so I'll have to find a place to put that. You know what? An elevator right here could be good. This could work nicely for an elevator. And then I still want stairs that lead downstairs. I don't want you to have to take the elevator. But I think actually I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the stairs right here. Instead of having a pool up here on the second floor, I'm actually going to have the pool down here. Because the water looks nicer anyway, so like I'm not disappointed that we don't have a 2-story pool. It'll actually work nicely. And that way this just works better. And just so that we know kind of what we're thinking here, I'll just go ahead and put this marking to kind of create just like a basic patio area. And then to figure out what I want to do here, because I could like mark it off like this and have when you walk down the stairs, like you look out this way and this is all covered up here by like a floor. The other thing I could do is I could have this all be open. In fact, the whole thing could be open. I might do that actually. You know what? Yes. Yes, and the reason I like that is because then this can be like a sunken living room. I think that could be really cool. So I'm going to dedicate this whole area to like a living space. There we go. This is going to be a pretty big project, that's for sure. I mean, this is a mansion already, and we're not even done yet. We have one bedroom, and we definitely got to add some more. And then just like upstairs, this will be a hallway around the main living space, just like that. And then out on each side, we'll put bedrooms. And if any of these bedrooms I want there to be a taller ceiling, I can just like make the bedroom kind of sink into the ground. I might do that for some of them. I think a 4x4 will be good for this bedroom here. And then here I could make, I know we have a lot of these, but it could be an outdoor living space, like, and maybe we could put like a barbecue and stuff down here. That could be cool. I'm thinking we might just plan for that right now. Heading over to the other side, we definitely have more room on this side. We can go out 6 instead of 4. So I want to do a 4x6 bedroom, and this will be like the main guest bedroom. And then of course I want the bedroom to also have its own bathroom. I'm thinking a 3x4 would be a good size for that. And then also its own walk-in closet, and I'll just use another 3x4 here. And then we have this area here. I want to make like a kid's bedroom. So maybe a 4x5. You know what? I might swap what we have. Because I'm thinking this would be really cool if like this was like a kind of like a porch from like a bedroom. Like this could be not a kid's bedroom, maybe like a teen bedroom or something. And then we can maybe make this into a kid's bedroom, especially if I actually bump this wall back one. Because like then we can add some bunk beds and stuff in here and still have room for like toys and stuff. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I like that better. And maybe why don't we just give this bathroom, especially because it's either going to be another guest bedroom or maybe a teen bedroom or something. Why don't we maybe give this bedroom its own bathroom? And I'll actually give it its own little closet here. And then the only problem about putting rooms here is they won't have windows, but that's not a big deal. Like if we make it like an arts room, like windows would be good, but maybe we make like an indoor moving theater or like an indoor bowling alley. That could be cool. So we'll definitely, I think that's what we use this space here for. I think right here we have room to fit a little bathroom. And then I do want an arts room. Like we're gonna have our game room up here in this area, but I do want an arts room for painting and music. Like I think that's cool, but I want there to be windows, so that does not really work for this area here. So I have to figure out where I want that. Like maybe this right here will be a gym, and then over to this side we'll do like an arts room. And then we'll put a path here. And yeah, let's actually continue these rooms, because maybe we can do like a gardening and an arts room or something. I like that. I think that's a really good layout. It's big task, but I think that's really good. So let's go ahead and add a laundry room and then decide whether we want to do bowling alley or movie theater over there in that area we have. First step, find a space for a laundry room. I'm not sure where I want to put a laundry room or where I have room. Oh, the other thing I realized, we need to figure out a spot for the elevator because we only did that on the bottom floor. Like that's not going to work. Right now the elevator is going into the guest closet. So maybe this won't be an elevator. Yeah, like maybe like that, and maybe we'll just find another spot for the elevator. Let's do an elevator here. Yeah, that works. Okay, now we have our elevator. Now we need a laundry room. We could have a laundry room right here. Yeah, let's do that. That works for laundry room. So the last thing we kind of do is decide right here, do we want to make this an indoor bowling alley or an indoor movie theater? I don't know that I'm going to be able to decide. I think we'll just go with both. Why not do both? I think that's better. So this, just because it's bigger and it's kind of like the right size, we'll just make this into a bowling alley. I think that's good. Have like 2 lanes or something. And the movie theater, we have to find a space for that because we're kind of using up all of the space right now. And I think at this point, the best place to put it is just all the way underneath the ground. I think that's the best option. So this is where the elevator would come down, continuing it from the other levels. Actually, and this works for stairs. That works fine because we have stairs that would like wrap around, maybe even L stairs or something. And then in this area, we can have a little lounge and like maybe like a little mini library. And then we'll put a bathroom because why not? I mean, it's good to have a bathroom on every floor. Where do you want the entrance? You could have the entrance like that and then maybe make it kind of like a full-on movie theater even though it's just a home theater. So do something like that. Yeah, we can have a couple rows of seats. And that works. And then actually here, because we have the room, I think here we'll have like our popcorn machine and stuff, like snacks that's not in the theater, so it doesn't disturb people if people want to get up and get some snacks and stuff. It'll be like right here. And I think that's good. Okay, we now have the entire house planned out. Oh my goodness, that is huge. Now I think we should add a roof. So up here, this is the bedroom. Yes, okay. I'm thinking, I mean, we're gonna go for flat roofs for all of this. I think that works. Yeah. And then for this roof here, I'm definitely gonna go glass in the center, but I think I'll do a flat roof around the edges. And then here, this is our living room. I don't want a glass roof here. We could literally just go flat. I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna leave the elevator alone here for now because I'm not exactly sure what I want to be doing there. Grabbing a flat roof for the entryway. Maybe like, do we want like kind of like an out like that? Put plants in it or something? I think we'll just go like that for now. Again, we can always change it. And then I'm actually gonna do the same thing here because this is also going to be like a little plant bed. And then this area here, I think I might as well do the same thing. And that's gonna be a balcony. And then this is gonna be, are we still gonna have a porch up here? I don't think so. I don't think we're actually going to. I'm gonna delete these plain markings. I don't think we're gonna have any kind of like porch over here. We don't need to or anything. Oh, and the reason I didn't do this here because this is gonna be like a little balcony for our master bedroom. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll go with that. And this will be our arts room, so I think we'll just have this be plants on this roof here. And this is gonna be like our garden room, like what, I'm blanking on the words. What would you call this? Indoor like greenhouse. So we'll make this entire roof glass. And then right here I'll also make a little plant bed. Okay, and let me just double check, but I think that's all of the roofs. Next thing I'm going to do is add all of the floors. So like here we know is going to be a driveway for sure. And then like down here I know I want this to be a little patio. And I know I want this to be a walkways. We also know we want down here to be a little outdoor kitchen area. Like in here we want to be a pool, and actually I may bring it out one. I think like that would be good for a pool size. And then all around this will be like a deck with like chairs and stuff. I don't know if that's like a ton of size, like a ton of space, like if you wanted to put chairs and stuff, but it's gonna work, it's okay. We can always adjust it just a little bit later. And because this is like partially outside, I am gonna consider this exterior as well. Not like the decoration and everything, but I'm just gonna work on like the basic paths and stuff. Oh, and I totally missed this balcony up here. Although there's one thing I could change, I want a little bit more mountain. Yeah, like I think that could be good. Let's go ahead and plan out what elevator we want. I think I'm gonna go with this elevator here. Okay, and then I need to dig out this basement actually. And now we know this is going to be all mountain because I don't want the elevator staring at walls as it goes down one floor. So I'm going to make this room 2-story. So up here I can go ahead and place more of the paths. Although actually, I don't know if this is all, some of this is probably going to be plants and stuff. It's probably not all going to be driveway. So like here's the front door. We probably want that at least for the front. I'll just put that there. And then we probably want something like this for landscaping. Although the elevator has to go here. And then we want the rest of this to be the driveway. Like that, and then this will also be plants. And then obviously this is also spots for plants. And we want stairs that go down from here to here. I'm gonna use these same attitude stairs we used inside. And this will be like a little walkway over here. And I'll go ahead and drag a wall out like this because that'll just make it easier to build our driveway. I think before we do anything else on the exteriors, we should add windows. We're definitely going to go with more modern windows, maybe these framed windows. Yeah, I think like those are good, and then I'll put one on each side. And let's actually go ahead and grab a door. Thinking this modern reveal pivoting front doors would be good. And then we know this is going to be our garage, so let's go and grab some garage doors. I wish they had a smaller size of the frosted garage door, but they only have a small size garage door of these two, it looks like. So I'll take 2 of these traditional garage doors, and there we go. We now have our garage. And then let me keep adding windows on this first floor here. There we go, 1 wall of windows is now done. And I also want all of this to be windows. Lots of windows in this house. And then here we'll put a tall glass door. And then of course also the same windows on this wall. And on this side it'll just all be open, so we don't need any windows. Heading up to the next floor, we'll grab a floor to map out our pathway up here. Then we can actually delete all this plain marking. We don't need it anymore. And let's go ahead and grab some fences. I like this sleek glass railing. Just drag that all across all of here. I also went ahead and built this floor here since it is partly interior. I mean, it kind of is the interior, but I'm kind of just wanting to build the structure in this video. So also grab this sleek glass railing. Just drag that all along the edges. And I'll also add it up here on this balcony. And while we're thinking of balconies, because I do want to build the main structure before I start coloring, let's go ahead and add this balcony over here. And then over here, instead of adding this glass railing, I want to go ahead and head into fences. And I want to use this plain half fence. And then over here, I said earlier I wanted to add pillars, so I'll take this plain thin pillar, and I'm thinking I'll just put it along this roof here, like the edge of the roof, just like that, and then do the same thing up here. Like that is nice, and then I'll do the same thing over on this side, but I'm only going to do it on this bottom level. Awesome. And then the pool, I actually want to make 1 block bigger on each side. Actually, I'm only going to do 1 block bigger on this side because I still need to have a walkway right here. And although I don't think I'm going to be doing any of the jungle today because that's just going to take too much time, I am going to go ahead and put a floor on this piece of like mountain here, since it is like kind of part of the house in a way. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then there is still some more stuff to do, but I think I'm going to go ahead and color everything. And the reason I'm not going to put a whole lot of windows yet is like, I know I want windows here, but when it comes to decorating, I know a lot of people like to put the windows first and then decorate around them. But just the way I usually do it is I'll decorate and then put windows, just because I don't want like the windows to be in the way of something I wanted to really do or something. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave the windows for actually the decorating part. But I just want this video to be building like the main structure of the house. And some windows, like some stuff that I know is going to be there. Same thing with the doors. I'm going to leave those until when I go to decorate every room. And actually, now that I'm kind of looking at it, I don't know that I like all these individual windows. I kind of want them to be bigger. So I think I'm just going to use this wide modern window instead. I just like that a bit better. And so I think I want this to mainly be like woods and black, maybe, I think is what I'm thinking for kind of like the colors of this exterior. And like, so like this wall is already basically black because of the windows, and actually I'm going to color those windows black because they're, I think, dark gray right now. And then when it comes to the roof, I think I will also just make it black. And then this thing over here to the side, I think I'll go ahead and make wood. I'm thinking this color, maybe if I just brighten it up a little bit, but I feel like this color works nicely for like a jungle kind of feel. And then I'll give the roof the same color and material. The garage, I think I also want to make black. The roof I'll make also black, of course, except in here I want to make grass. And then the master bedroom I want to make the wood. Except the difference between this side and that side is I think I want to make the roof here black. And then here, do I do black or do I do wood? I like the wood because I don't want everything to be black. I want some like bright colors like this wood. And then just like over here, I will make this inside grass. Because in here we'll put like some plants. Coming around to the back side, I want these pillars to be this wood. Although maybe not this material because I don't like how they're horizontal. So maybe this wood grain. And then this wall I will color black. Same with this right here, except yeah, this roof here is also going to be plants. I also want this to be black here, and then this room will make the wood. And then this will also be black. Yeah, that's kind of like the basic idea done, I think. And you know what? I think it would help to do windows. I can always delete them later. I think I'm going to add some more windows. Because like here we know we want windows. Same thing over here. And then for a door for these 2 rooms, we'll go ahead and use this tall glass modern door. And then now that we have wider windows everywhere else, I also want to make these wider windows. And then of course these can stay the skinny windows. Those are some of the rooms we know where we want the windows. I'll also do it over here on this indoor gym. And then I'm assuming we'll also probably want all of these walls here to be windows. And then we also have to decide what we do want to, how many windows we want to put over here. I could just copy the windows over from the other side. Yeah, I think that works. I think I'll just leave this wall just a solid wall for now. Oh, and I totally forgot about this area over here. I think we'll just color that wood. I'm not amazing when it comes to modern stuff. Like, I don't really build modern all that often. Especially exteriors. I kind of struggle with that a little bit. But this looks pretty nice, at least to me. I'm kind of liking how this is turning out so far. And then for the grass, I might go with this. So I'm going to also change the color of all these roofs to this as well. And then I'll go ahead and get the numbers for this color. And I'll change the color of the neighborhood grass. There we go. And then for the driveway here, I'll go ahead and color these little patches that we planned out green. Like that. But then the rest of this, I have to pick a material for this. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this. I'm just going to work on this floor a little bit so that it's not crazy diagonal like that. And to do that, I'll go ahead and just avoid all of these like slanted edges. And I'll only build where there's squares. Although I'm realizing we messed up somewhere because this is not correct. Oh, right here. Let's fix that. There we go. That should be good now. Yeah, and see now it's like the correct way. It doesn't look like all messed up. And then we'll fill in these corners here. Like see how that's now diagonal and like doesn't look great, but only the corners will. So there will still be some of it, but it won't look nearly as bad. Okay, and I think that works for our driveway for now until we build the slant, the slope. And I'm realizing I must have messed up on the colors a little bit because I was like, this is not matching. There we go, that's better, that's a little bit brighter, that matches the color over here. And then I'll go and take this grass floor and I'll cover up this basement here. And so for these like areas here, I want to make it the same texture as the driveway. I'll copy that to all of our decks and balconies. And I think I'll actually even do that up here because it works as a material for here. Okay, that's nice. And then I do want to change the color of the railing. Maybe the same color as the roof could work. Let's see how this black looks. Yeah, it looks maybe a little dark, but I think I like it better than what we had before. Then we also need to color this underneath part here. I think I'll just make it black metal. Yeah, I think that works. I'll go ahead and leave the rest as is because we don't really know what we're going to be doing 100% yet. Like this, we may want hollow because this may be open. But other than that, I think I'll just leave it at that for now. I actually decided to go ahead and add a path around, and then again, besides that, I don't know what we're going to do in the center here, so I'll just leave it at that. And then I need to figure out what I want to do here. I'm kind of thinking like maybe going into gardening and using like the sleek modern pergola. Of course, resizing that, like something like that maybe. Yeah, I kind of like how that looks. So then the last thing we have to do is this driveway, and I have to figure out how I want to do this. So I've kind of done some work off screen. I've kind of created a driveway. It's not perfect, but it might work. I feel like it's just a little bit better than just using those long ramps. So I'll keep working on this and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so I finished like the basic slope here. It's a little bit different shape now, and it's not perfect. Like you can obviously tell, like I mean I didn't spend a ton of time like fixing all this. I probably could, you know, like make this a little bit better if I want to, but I'll do that later. Like I'm kind of thinking this rough like basic driveway for now is good, because who knows what I'm even gonna do with it later on. So I think that's good for the skeleton of the house. Of course, there's not much detail or anything, but I didn't really want there to be. I just wanted this to be the skeleton. Because, like, once I go to decorate, I may change things anyways, and I don't want to put a ton of time into something that may not even be there in the end. Anyways, that was me building the skeleton of the jungle house. In the end, I think this is going to be a really cool house. I'm excited of how it looks already. I just can't wait to see how this turns out. Definitely something I'm excited to work on. And I can't imagine once we have all the jungle, the trees, all the bushes, all the greenery, and then even inside done, like this is gonna be one fancy jungle house. And I also really like how this is like kind of open up here. It's definitely different. It's kind of interesting, but I kind of like it. I kind of like how it's like open to the outdoors up here. I don't know if it makes sense, like what that even looks like to have like probably with bugs and stuff, like you probably want it enclosed. And so I don't know, maybe we'll enclose this, or maybe we'll enclose like each room and not have it open but have it like glass. I'm not sure yet. We may do something there, but that's all something I'll do in another video. If you liked it, let me know. Thumbs up the video. I definitely plan to finish this jungle house over the next couple videos, so if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. Have a great day.